Hello my lovers, my fellow brewers. It's a Monday evening and it was brew day Saturday and I'm already thinking about my next brew. So I excuse me, look at that, fucking shite, isn't it? That's actually a Citra Amarillo Pale Ale. I made it with WLP 001. Absolutely outstanding, bloody the hop flavour of it. 100 grams of Citra, 100 grams of Amarillo dry hop. Put Fram Garden Quake yeast in there. Very dull, hasn't cleared. But anyway, that's not what this video is about, because I went into my local homebrew shop. To be fair, it was a few months ago, and we were talking about fresh yeast, and he goes, "Oh, come with me," and he went and gave me these. But look, so what they are is WLP 028 Edinburgh Scottish Ale yeast, but get a date. Right, so look, gone into Brewfather. I'm hoping you're going to be able to pick this up. By me finger, manufacturing date, and it's saying there's 5% viability. So what I'm going to do, got these flasks, is I'm going to do a 200ml starter and put both packs in, and then I'm going to build it up. I've got 2 weeks. I can build it up to a 1500, maybe a 2 litre starter, and hopefully it will be good enough to make a beer, which will be an ESB. I think I'm going to do the ESB out of the Bible. So this Edinburgh Scottish Ale yeast is supposed to be good for ESBs. So let's get it going. Right then, got that set up. So here's a bit of DME. $20 grams. There we go. Right, and I will put 250 millilitres of water in, just to allow for a bit of evaporation. It's all very scientific, of course, not. That'll do. Okay, and I've got a little bit of yeast nutrient. So now I only put like half a gram of this in a 38 litre brew, so I'm not going to put much in here. Yeah. That's probably, which way is it? That way. That's probably a little bit too much. But anyway, that's in. Now, let's see. In the comments, can you confirm, or whatever the opposite is, what a bastard. I'm sure I read somewhere that yeast nutrient is just dead yeast. So is that correct? So answers in the comments, please. Right, so that's mixed up. Go off the bottom. Right, okay. I'll get that on the cooker and boil it up. Well, it didn't take long to come up to the boil, so I'm going to boil that for 10 minutes and then cool it down. Right, so 10 minutes, so off it goes. In the meantime, bloody disaster is struck because someone has used all the foil and no one's bought any more. So I've got some greaseproof paper and an elastic band. There, so, right. Sanitize. Where bloody. There. Right, sanitize that. Don't go over the top. Don't go on there like that. Right, okay, over to the sink. Okay, so what I normally do is fill the sink with cold water. And when you pick this flask up, just remember it's still bloody hot. There we are, it's just starting to float. Gonna take a bit out, I think. There we are. That's better. Okay, so I'll keep agitating that. There's not a lot in there. It doesn't look like a lot in there, but it needs to be small to start with, otherwise it's going to stress the bejesus out of the yeast. Okay, it's down to temperature. So I thought the yeast was still a bit cold, so I put it down my pants to warm up a bit. It feels a lot better now. I'm just going to check it for hairs. So yeah, it looks okay. Right. So let's do the biz. Let's get the yeast in there. Get this sanitised. Bit of Starzan. Maybe it was a bit too warm down my pants. Right, the battery went then, so I don't know what you've seen and what you haven't seen. So I'll just recap. I've put the 2 packs of 028 Edinburgh yeast, whatever it is, yeast in, and just going to put it on the stir plate. So right, so let's just, where is it? There we are, get that centered. And put that on there. And turn it up. Oh, there she goes. Right, there we go. So I'm going to leave that for about 3 days. Here we go. And in the meantime, I'm going to make up some more wort. Probably put 500 milliliter in next. We'll see how it goes. I'm playing this by ear, not done this before, so, but anyway, we'll see how we get on. Okay. Right, so we're a week on. It's Monday the 17th of June, and so what I've done is I started off with 200 milligrams of wort, and I put the 2 packs of yeast in. I've let that go for 3 days. I then put an additional 300 milliliters of wort in. Let that go for, I've done that on the Wednesday, so until the Friday. On the Friday, I then put 500 milliliters of wort in. Then I went away for the weekend, and so come back Sunday night. So this morning I've put a litre, 1,000 milliliters of wort in, and you can see that there's a bit of a foam going on there. I have stopped it a couple of times and just let it settle, and I can actually see that the yeast is growing. So what I'm going to do now is going to leave this now till Wednesday morning. I'm going to put this in my fermentation fridge because what I've got in there at the moment is crash cooling. So, and I'm going to drop the yeast out, pour off the wort, and then I'll put a fresh 1500 ml of wort in, and use that on my weekend's brew. There we go. So it's gone very well. It's gone better than I expected, actually. Right, so you see me put a litre of fresh wort in. Excuse me. I've left that 2 full days. So I've done it on Monday morning, and Tuesday night it was obviously it finished. So I put it into the fermentation fridge, which is at 2 degrees at the moment. Crash cooled it overnight. Got it out this morning, Wednesday, and I have all this yeast. Look at that, my goodness. I mean, that's more than I ever expected. I think it looks more on the camera than I've actually got. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I've left that out all day, and I'm going to decant that wort off, and I'm going to put a fresh 1500 ml on top of that. Not sure if it's necessary, but I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I will fill a jam jar with that on Sunday to use for another brew. So I think the next thing you're going to see is a bit of brew day footage and the yeast going into the ESB. I'm doing the ESB out of the Bible. So it'll be a double brew, so it'll be 38 litres. So hopefully there'll be a good lot of yeast. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Just remember to do some recording of the brew day of the ESB. So that's the grain after I finished sparging. You can see we're on the boil. It's only been going a few minutes, and then let's have a look. So here's, I put the, it's been at 2 degrees, and then when I finished kegging the whatever beer it was, or the Kolsch that I had in there, I stepped it up to 10 degrees, and then I stepped it up to 19 degrees last night. So, have a look. So we got all that yeast there. So I'm going to mix that up and put, there's 1500 ml, I'm going to put 500 ml in a jar and pitch a litre. There we are. Yeah, well pleased. Right. Back to cleaning. Right, so we're all transferred over. Just going to find that, there we go, I got the bugger. That's the stir bar. Right, here we go, good luck fellas. Happy munching and splitting. Here we go. Did you fucking see it? Shitting hell. There we go, didn't even look at the camera. Right. There we go. Right, gonna tuck it up now. Just a little peek in. I think it's doing alright. So, there's the finished article. It's about 6 days in the keg. You see it's starting to clear, it's not completely clear. I've had a couple and it is improving. So yesterday I was thinking this is a bit bland and smooth, and today there's a lovely malty flavour to it. It is very smooth, and to be fair, I think that's bloody lovely. So there we are. So there's a beer made from yeast that was 13 months out of date. So Dave at Quayside Homebrew in Exeter, thank you very much for the yeast. You'll be getting a couple of bottles, and I think that's a good job, well done. So excellent. Anyway, I'm going to carry on supping this baby, and hopefully you'll give it a thumbs up and tell some people and like and subscribe. So thank you very much for watching. Cheers me dears.